Good morning, everybody. I thought I would just come on and do a wee live. I'll just wait until some people come on. As you can all see, I'm still at home, which we thought that by this time we would hopefully be in Hydroes. Unfortunately not. And we have been, like any of you who've been in Hydroes, you know that we already stick to a very restrict cleaning regime, and we use hospital grade sanitizer for all of the touch points all throughout the centre, and we have since 2018, where I had been to the float conference in America and came back after speaking to Roy Vore and taken advice on that, and we, as I say, we then came back and bought hospital grade sanitizer for all the touch points. We also, a minimum of twice a day, check the temperature of the water. Any of you know anything about COVID, it can't live in warm and humid conditions. We check the pH levels of the water. We ensure there is free chlorine, and what that means is that if there is any bacteria or anything in the water, it means that it can be encapsulated within the chlorine. So we check a couple of times a day to make sure that. We have, in the past, we work with the Environmental Health Department, and we've invited the Environmental Health Department in a couple of times. We've opened our doors and we've welcomed them. We've contacted them and said, can you come and support us to put together a risk assessment, to look at how we can ensure that the environment that we provide for the customers, or the guests who come into Hydroes, have a safe and secure environment. So we've continually worked alongside them for the last 5 years. We've also worked alongside IOTA, which is a company in Portadown, where we have had our water hygiene checked. We have a certificate of full, there's 0% of anything anywhere. We've been checked for Legionella, for Pseudomonas, for E. coli, for lots of different waterborne diseases and bacterias. We've had our water supplies checked, our showers, we've had the room, everything. We've done everything that we can. And we got the news yesterday that we are still not allowed to open. So I was hoping that we were going to be open on Monday. I wasn't hoping. I'd kind of, I suppose, set myself on it. I'm really disappointed, but I can also see why Environmental Health are doing this. As I say, we have a close working relationship with them. I was on the phone yesterday to Gemma from Environmental Health for probably about, maybe about 45 minutes, an hour. And we were just chatting over, and I was highlighting to her that we don't fit into the same category as a spa. We don't fit into the same category as a swimming pool. We don't fit into the same category as various different other things. We worked alongside a legal team for our insurance, and we are insured as physiotherapy, so we come under medical equipment, and that was the best thing that was advised for us at the time. So our insurance states that we are medical, that we actually come under physiotherapy, but this wasn't taken into account, and it won't be taken into account. So unfortunately, Hydroes is closed still for the time being. Unsure when it is that we are going to open. We are, however, still open for one-to-one. We are holding a few people in terms of, the difficulties people are having in their mental health. And I think because when we have an event, we give that event meaning based on how we're processing our world. So if we feel vulnerable or we feel resilient, if you add inescapability to that, there is the perfect recipe for you to encode. So that means store in your mind trauma. So what is happening is, the longer this lockdown is going on, the more our unconscious mind is finding ways of thinking, when was the last time I was trapped? When was the last time? So for some people who've maybe never been impacted by anything, but they've maybe had an event, at primary school, or an event that happened within their family that they've never really thought about, but there was an element of that involved inescapability. That's why I think so many people are starting to struggle now, and so many people are starting to, I'm not sure what's wrong with me. I don't know what it is. I've never had anxiety before. I don't know why I feel this way. So there's lots of different things that are happening just now, and we can open for that. We can open and do one-to-ones. We can do one-to-ones over Zoom, and we can support people in that way. I'm also working alongside PIPs just now to support people whose lives have been impacted by suicide. But unfortunately, at this moment in time, Hydro-Ease won't be back open for flotation therapy, and as soon as we can, and as soon as we know what is happening, and as soon as we can get the guidance from, and the thing is, the guidance comes down from the Assembly, and it's up to the government, it's up to the council departments to decide what that actually means, and to put that into legislation that says who can open and who can't. So I know they've got a difficult job just now, and I know they're probably inundated with lots of different people putting their fight forward and why they should be open. But I do feel that flotation therapy, you know, in the States, there's lots of research in terms of anxiety management and, you know, to improve people's mental health. There's lots of research going on at the Laureate Institute of Brain Research. There's fibromyalgia studies. There's so many things going on that sets flotation apart. Again, we're the only one in Northern Ireland, so we're an industry all by ourselves. And so I was just, as I say, I was chatting with Gemma, and I was just making sure that she knew that. I was making sure that she knew the research that's behind. If any of you want to look into the research that's being done into this industry, you can go to clinicalflotation.com, and that'll tell you all of the research papers that are there. I firmly believe flotation is a mental health intervention. Any of you who know my story know how I managed to come across flotation and the impact, the massive, huge impact that it's made on my life. And I want that to be open for other people. We're having people from, you know, medical professionals, doctors, nurses, contacting us daily, asking when we're going to open. For a lot of people, they have now realised that flotation is a lifestyle. And by having it in your self-care package, and the way that you look after it doesn't involve talking to anyone, doesn't involve having to make sense of anything. It's just magic water that you can come along, you can lie in, and you can just allow your worries, your fears, your anxieties to just disappear and melt into that water. You get back out the water, you're reset, you're recharged, you're revived. There's so much benefit in it, and especially in terms of what's happening in terms of the mental health impact for people. So as soon as we can open, we will. We're doing everything we can in the background. The girls are in, we're all in, one of us is in every 2 or 3 days. We're checking on the water chemistry, making sure that as soon as we do get an opportunity to open, that we can open the doors again, and everything will be exactly as it was when we left. I am involved in a few webinars and a few conferences and in trainings and various different things like that. If anybody out there is struggling with their mental health, or they know someone who is, please tell them to get in touch. I am going to be delivering a mental health awareness course. I'm going to be doing it over a couple of webinars, so I'll be advertising that soon. But I was just aware I hadn't been on and done a live for a while, and hadn't really given much of an update. I mean, we as I say, we have, but I just thought I just wanted to come on and just speak to you all and let you know straight as soon as it's happened, because as I say, this all just kind of happened yesterday, so I've allowed some time overnight, because I was quite not upset yesterday, but I was just like, our service is needed more than ever now. There's a huge need out there for people to have somewhere where they can come and relax and let things go. So as soon as I hear anything else, I'll come back on and I'll let you know. In the meantime, take good care of yourself and each other, and I will speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.